Welcome back. I'm Steve. This is A Link to the Past Randomized.
And I'm Sandra. Thanks for watching. That's just what I'm going to say at the end and the beginning now.
There you go.
We appreciate you, and we like doing this, and we like to watch. I love to watch the games. I think it's just fascinating. But, you know, we appreciate you guys watching too.
This is episode 11. Episode 10 was a little long. We'll try and keep it shorter this time. And we'll try and make some progress through this dungeon.
You kind of got your announcer voice.
And we're back!
You can run through all the YouTube openings.
That was just my announcer voice. I don't even know what you're talking about. Come on. I can almost always get these guys. Got him.
Auditory cues.
Yeah, a little bit.
So there's some that kind of look like little dust devil clouds, and some that are redder. Are they all like the same damage and the same?
No, those ones that were spinning around. Take your hearts. Oh, shoot. Didn't mean to do that. Take your hearts and take your magic away.
Oh wow.
But they're called anti-fairies, and the only way you can kill them is by sprinkling magic dust on them and turning them into real fairies.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a good evil dynamic. I like that stuff. You know that.
Yep.
Nothing better than a story. Video games are definitely a story in their own way that is about good and evil. Things are easily recognizable as one or the other.
Evil.
I think, like books, video games are kind of a form of escapism for some people.
Oh, absolutely.
And I get that. And I think that, you know, having clear definitions of good and evil makes that escapism easier and, you know, more enjoyable sometimes.
Alright, Miss Good versus Evil. Here's a moral dilemma for you.
Uh-oh.
The guards at the castle.
Yeah.
They've been magically induced to attack me, and have been led to believe that I'm evil, despite the fact that, you know, clearly I'm the protagonist and supposedly the good guy in this version of the game. Since they're magically induced, am I justified in killing them as the protagonist?
Can you cure them of their magical ailment without...
Nope.
Then yes, you're justified. I think if we were talking about real people, then we would be talking about something more with, like, a lot more gray.
I'm talking, like, let's assume they're real people for a second.
Well, if they were real people, you would have non-lethal methods of dealing with them, I would say. But if
You're talking about in our world, or in, like, the world of swords and shields?
I'm talking about, well, in either. I mean, in our world, obviously, and with our current technology level, non-lethal weapons are common.
Relatively so, yeah.
Relatively so, I suppose, you're right. But in this day and age, restraining people was a lot easier than it is now.
How do you figure?
Because, like, there weren't cops everywhere like there are now.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know, you could just...
You had a little bit more free reign to do what needed to be done.
Yeah. I don't know, that's a conundrum, certainly. Potential to get into some, you know, heavy political and theological discussion with that.
Absolutely.
Which is certainly not escapism when
Well,
we do what we do.
I mean, it's certainly in a lot of the books we read about, there's some moral ambiguity sometimes.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you're certainly right. Lord of the Rings, they talk a lot about how Bilbo could have killed Gollum, and the book would have ended very differently had that been the outcome, and compassion hadn't stayed his hand. And I think that is an interesting way to frame how you deal with people in real life, but in how you think about things. And we're big fans of the Vlogbrothers, and one thing John Green always says is that you should always imagine people complexly, and I think that even in situations that aren't real, it's important to imagine people complexly. Like video games, obviously, aren't real, and books aren't real, but I think it doesn't hurt you to imagine people and characters complexly.
Look at you with your literature and your Montana logic.
I'm just a big nerd who likes to read. So they look like evil My Little Ponies.
Fair enough.
What are they?
I don't know, half horsemen. Evil My Little Ponies is what they are now. That's headcanon for sure.
Our little niece loves My Little Ponies, and she will talk for hours about her ponies and how important they are, and so I guess that's just where my head was.
I can't even get this one.
Because you don't have the hammer.
Don't have the freaking hammer.
It's probably in that chest.
Probably is, isn't it? Well, I can still beat this dungeon even without getting it. That's really frustrating. This is the blind thief. She can't see. She needs you to lead her out of the dungeon. But all of the jail cells, as you approached, they didn't have locks. They just opened right up beneath you. And I think this is again a case of Japanese culture. When you take her into the light, she shows her true form and attacks you.
Well, alright. Bait and switch.
Bait and switch.
So you have the main boss to fight, which is her, but once you kill her, her severed head is flying around.
They fly around, yep.
Yeah, that's
disturbing.
And kind of disturbing.
Yeah. Oh. Whew. That was a close one. What I really need to find is one of the upgraded armors. That would make this game a little bit easier to get through. You're supposed to find the blue armor, the first upgraded armor in this dungeon. But of course we don't have the hammer, we can't find out what's in that treasure chest.
Well, and it probably wouldn't be that anyway. What are the chances
wouldn't even be that.
with randomized that it would be that?
Yeah. Let's see, what other dungeons can we work on now? Ooh. Run to this door and see. Oh, we can bomb this door and see what's inside. Forgot there was a treasure chest there. Now we can enter the swamp dungeon.
What was that?
That was either the Quake medallion or the Ether medallion. I don't remember which one it was.
But we need one or both of those to do that dungeon, right?
Right, and we have the one we need to do the swamp dungeon with for sure. Well, in the next episode, we will give a shot to the first dungeon, and we will make our way there, and we will see you in the next episode. I'm Steve.
And this is Sandra. Thanks for
Thanks
watching.
for watching A Link to the Past Randomized.